Hi, this is Hamada and welcome to Final 50. Now, Geneva is one of the most international cities in Europe, not least of which because of its central location in the continent, private banks, the United Nations, and other international organizations that exist in the city. But for me, Geneva is special. Not only did I grow up here, but I was born in the city. So let me take you on a tour of the different chapters of the city, as well as check out different cuisines, points of interest, and maybe we can even track my own chapters of my life as we go through Geneva. Geneva is a city of just over 200,000 people, many of whom are international residents. It's also known as a financial hub and one of the most expensive cities in the world. Since the ultimate goal of the journey was to find where I was born, I decided to start on the other side of the city where I grew up in Petit Sacconex, and then make my way through the Palais de Nations, along the lake, and then visit the different neighborhoods to explore the historical landmarks, geographic highlights, and awesome restaurants that make the city so famous. Now, I had to do this all in one day since I had to catch a train that night to join some friends skiing in Verbier. So many of the Genevois and internationals live in residential areas just like this one here in Petit Sacconex, except this one really is important personal to me because literally right over there is where I lived for the first 2.5 years of my life. So right here is the Palais de Nations, the center of Geneva where all the main UN buildings are located. In front of us is the main UN building built in the 1940s with the iconic chair that's broken, showing that there's a lot more to fix in this world. Here, where my father actually worked, is the International Telecommunication Union, the ITU. Again, Geneva is the home of the United Nations, and that's why there are so many expats living here. Lake Geneva is a true gem and really the heart of the city. Honestly, there are so many cool things clustered along the lake which are worth visiting. I used to run alongside the banks, checking out the different hotels and restaurants, shops, and many landmarks. The iconic, beautiful flower clock in Geneva. You can even get a glimpse of Mont Blanc, Europe's highest mountain, from along the lake. Geneva has some incredible contrasts between new and old, hip and traditional, uber wealthy, and average citizen, which is what makes the city so unique. So after checking out all the glitzy shops in the center of the city, it's definitely worth visiting the cathedral and strolling through the old town. So, walking through the old town, absolutely beautiful. And you think the Swiss are super nationalistic. I guess they are. Not often you see countries with so many flags in the streets. They are nationalistic, and they should be. It's an absolutely beautiful country. The old town of Geneva is the largest in the country and dates back to the medieval times. So walking through the old town of Geneva is like time travel back to another world. The contrast of the architecture reflects the many chapters of its history, and since it's built on a higher elevation, it really provides a commanding view of all the surrounding areas of the greater Geneva canton, from the mountains to the lake. Now, what's really cool about the area is that it has many art galleries, traditional shops, and restaurants. Walking through and exploring Geneva is like taking a tour of the different chapters of my own life. My father lived in Geneva for over 30 years, where he became a great artist in his own right. So I decided to visit Carouge, a more Italianesque and bohemian part of the city where my father used to frequent in the 1960s and 70s. It's such a cool, hip part of town. And while I was there, I stopped by the old art gallery where my father used to exhibit. Make sure to check out the website I made for him to learn more about his work. So after walking through the city, I finally reached what was a clinic that was built around the turn of the century called the Bois Gentil. And it was a clinic, a maternity clinic, that was around for almost 100 years. And then it was finally torn down and they built this residential building right here. But it's crazy. This is it. This is where it all started. Cathartic. There's truly something cathartic about going back to where it all started, where you physically entered this world and how far you've come since. If you haven't done so, do it, and let me know how the experience made you feel. The day was nearing an end, and so before going to the train station to use the country's incredible transportation system to head to the Alps, I decided to stop by a couple of my favorite restaurants and shops that I grew up enjoying over the years. The dignitaries I've eaten here, including my main man, George. The beautiful fondue of Switzerland. First, break the bread up. You got potato as a side. The cheese, as you can see. And now, the feast. Geneva has always been a second home for me. I spent many formative periods of my life in and around the city. And while it may not be so personal for everyone, it still has so much to offer the casual visitor, from its natural beauty and contrasting variety of medieval and modern history to its eclectic cuisine and reputation as a true beacon of peace for the world. Well, I hope you enjoyed this walking tour of the beautiful city of Geneva and saw how much you can see and do here, especially for international people. More personally for me, being able to go back to the place of my birth was incredibly cathartic, and I'm super grateful I was able to do it on this trip. Make sure to check out the blog that complements this vlog, and if you like what you saw, subscribe by clicking over here. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on my next journey.